Hello viewers, you are welcome to Let's Talk About. Let's Talk About is a real understanding of social issues that bothers us as Christians. You are welcome to this week's edition. Today we are discussing Freshers Forum. Joining us today, we have some members of Trinity United Church Legon to discuss the topic. For my immediate left, we have Clara and Priscilla. So for Freshers Forum today, basically knowing that the transition from SS to uni is not an easy task. So today, that's what we are going to discuss. Let me remind viewers, we are streaming live on our social media platforms, Trinity United Church Legon, both on YouTube and Facebook. You can send your comments and questions to the comment section on our social media platforms or to our WhatsApp number 0501 579 996. 0501 579 996. Okay, so let's get the discussion started. So I would like to find out the previous SHS you were in and then the course you read, if you don't mind, Clara.
So I attended Agri Memorial Senior High School and I read General Arts. So my electives are Literature, CRS, French and History.
Okay. Priscilla, what about you?
So I attended the Girls Senior High School. I offered the General Arts. I'm currently in UPSA offering Business Administration.
Okay, so a quick one. What led to your choice of university? Like, was it your parents' influence, your siblings, or you just heard about UPSC and Legon and you felt like, oh, let me just go there and see what it has for me?
So for my choice of university, a number of factors influenced it. The first factor was a lot of things I heard about the university. Okay. I heard things about Legon, I heard things about UPSA, things about GIMPA, all the other schools. So they had a lot of impact in me selecting my current school right now. So the first thing I heard about Legon was, oh, it's a lot of chilling, like there's a lot to do over there. Okay. Like not only academically, but your social life and everything is like on point. Those needs are really met. So it was quite interesting. And then I heard about UPSA as well. Mostly from my predecessors who left my alma mater to my current school right now. So I heard a lot about UPSA and they were quite interesting as well. They also came to our school and then gave us some information about how UPSA is run and all that. So after hearing all these, I actually had a fair idea of which school I would like to go with.
Okay.
And then my choice of courses also influenced the school that I went with. So I had two choices in mind, which was the business administration and law.
Okay.
The law came late, but for the business administration, I also had an interest in it. So I went with it. So that was how I got into my current school and my current course.
Clara, what about you?
Okay, I'd say I was influenced by my immediate society. So my mom always wanted me to be in the University of Ghana. And then the people I came across growing up also had a link with the university.
Okay.
And I heard it's one of the best universities and I've seen that for myself. So that's what influenced it. And with the course, my mom actually wanted me to offer a nursing course because with her, degree nursing will earn you a job opportunity right after school. But I know my strengths and I know that I can't do that. So yes, I wanted to read history. So I chose courses related to history. And then I'm currently reading linguistics, history and Chinese. I didn't choose that combination per se, but adding a little energy, I think it's a good option.
Okay, so you're not choosing that option and that's what you got. How did you cope with it? Like, what was it like for you?
Okay, from the beginning, I didn't notice I hadn't gotten the course I chose, so I was okay. So later, after getting to know, I was a little bit stressed because Chinese, I
What are
don't
you
know.
going to use it for?
I don't know anything about it. So yeah, but later I encouraged myself. I was like, maybe God knows what He's doing. So yes, and so far it's been
It's
good.
been good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your first week like in school? Like settling in, finding your lecture halls, trying to pick a shuttle and all of that. Like what was it like? Did you have someone helping you or you had to go through all that alone? Priscilla?
So for my first week, the first day actually was hectic from what I had in mind. So my school UPSA, I hadn't pictured it as a big school that I would really struggle to find my classes and all that. But I was so wrong because um, I thought it was like a normal building. The fourth floor was actually like the fifth floor. Let me explain. The fourth floor is, let's say we have 302 as a class.
Okay.
It's actually on the second floor and not on the third floor. So if you have like 504,
You think
you
it's
go
on
to
the
the
fifth
fourth
floor?
floor and
Okay.
not the fifth floor.
Okay.
Yes. So it had a lot of us confused. So we searched a lot before we finally asked, and then we found our classes. So the first day was a bit hectic to find, and our canteen too. It was so difficult to find an entrance to enter the canteen because it looked like you can see the canteen, but you can't see any entrance to enter.
How is that possible?
I think because of how it is structured. It is right at the center of a building.
Okay.
So you can see the canteen all right. From any angle you stand, you can see the canteen. But you can't see any entrance to the canteen. So I actually took some time to adjust and actually found where exactly the entrance was.
How long did it take you?
So about more than 2 months.
Wow. Small
Yes.
food that you eat.
Because that entrance, I always missed it. It wasn't easy to find at all. But after that, after the first day, the second day and all, I was able to cope. So I would say the first week was not too hectic. It was a balance of both. So it was okay.
Okay. Clara, what about you? What was your first week like?
Okay, I would say my first week was a little bit easier because I was with my friends and then like most of them knew around campus. So yeah, but my first day going to lectures, there was this girl like she didn't get a hall, so her hostel is just around. So she came to come so that we'll go, and she was supposed to go to this lecture hall, but she didn't know the location. Then we ordered an Uber. So she was like, it's at the hospital, and the Uber driver too didn't know around
Which
the
hospital?
school.
The new Legon hospital?
Yes,
Okay.
please. So, like, we were supposed to go to the main campus, but according to her direction, we went to the new hospital. Yeah. So, we realized we were not at the right place. We had to come back. Yes. And so, I alighted, and then my first lecture was at Central Cafeteria. And then the name itself, like, how can I have lectures at a cafeteria? So I asked, and then I found the place.
Yeah.
So when I went, I think the lecture hall was at the
top.
part of the place. So yes, lectures was nice. Then one thing about Central Cafeteria is that because they've been cooking over there, so sometimes when we were in the class, I was smelling rice.
Yes.
So I was asking my friend by me that why are they preparing food or something.
Okay, I see. That's nice. So, did you miss anything like coming to the university? Personally, I was happy coming to the university. I don't know about you. Maybe you got to the university and you wish that you were back in SHS with your school mother, with all your friends in the dorm, or you were the happiest person. Oh God, thank God, I've left this prison. I've left all of this. Like, what was it like? What did you feel like? Or if you missed anything?
Personally, for my encounter, I was actually excited. I don't even know if excited was the word. Like, I was elated to come to the university because I felt like SHS was so stressful. Like, I actually felt like I had it up to here.
Wow, Abri girls.
Oh, like the discipline was on point and all that, but they were actually choking us to be disciplined. I realized it actually helped me when I got out of the school. But while I was inside the
You
school,
did not see it.
I was so suffocated and tired of the school, actually.
So I'm sure you were the happiest person.
I was very happy to leave the SHS, and I was happy to start another chapter of my life.
Okay.
I actually anticipated a lot of things because I had heard a lot about the university, and I felt like I was ready to go into the world and start up something. So when I got to the university, I realized that it's actually not all fun and games like how I actually pictured it.
Yeah.
It was also quite stressful because one or two quizzes started, assignments, projects, group works, and all that. And I'm like, hey, so the freedom that they talked about now, I'm not even feeling it so much because I'm using all that freedom to do all these projects, works, and assignments. You come to church the next morning, Monday, like
But the freedom was there, though. You had a choice, oh?
The freedom was there, but the freedom was not free. Let me put it that way, because if you decide not to go, the impact on your life is so severe that you would actually have to go.
Okay.
So even though it is free, it was not free. Your conscience won't let you sleep. Yes, so I actually felt like I was deceived.
Yeah.
That uni was all fun and games and all that. Yeah, but actually the freedom was there. The freedom was there. At certain point, you would feel like, oh yes, I'm in a university, because maybe there's a program going on, and under normal circumstances, you'll be in the house. Maybe the program is at 10 p.m. and you're going to tell your mom that or your dad that, oh, the program is at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
at this. No way are you going. You say everything for your saliva to dry and you are not going
still not
anywhere.
going.
But this one, I realized you don't even have to tell anybody. Even your roommates, you just tell
Just get
them,
up and go.
I'll be back. And then you're out. And then you can come back like 2 a.m. and still nobody will ask you, where did you pass?
Yeah.
Like, I went to an all night. We closed around 4 a.m. I came back and the school hostel, they actually locked the gates at 12 and open at 5. 12 a.m. and open at 5 a.m. So when I went there, I went with friends. So I explained to the man that I went to an all night and all that. And then I asked that he let us in. So next time we'll inform him before leaving. And when I went back to the room, I just had to knock and then they will open the door. No questions asked. Nobody will ask you, where did you go?
Yeah.
Why are you coming back by this time? 4 a.m. and all that. Like, just get your dress off, sleep, wake up the next morning. Like, no questions. So the freedom was actually there.
Okay.
Yes.
That's nice. Clara, what about you?
Okay, I would say that, like, entering into university, I wasn't that happy, like, entering into the senior high school, because I had heard a lot of things about senior high school, and then it was fun. And then before going to Agri Memorial too, like, I heard a lot of stories from my teacher, my social studies teacher. And then one time I went to the Accra Technical University, and then I was waiting for someone there, and there was a group discussion, and one boy, he was from Agri, so he was just talking about the school, the things that happened there. So I was like, this school is fun. But I wanted to go to a girls' school too.
Okay.
So Agri Memorial was my second choice. I wasn't really bothered, like, attending that school. So I would say, like, I wasn't happy. Like, I wasn't that happy entering into the university, because I felt like it's just like I'm just moving to the next level.
Okay.
And senior high school was like my class alone. We were family. We did most things together. Like, we didn't exempt anyone and other stuff. So yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So financially, how are you able to cope? Because I know SS, they ring a bell for breakfast, lunch, supper. You have a chop box filled with stuff. You get some small noko feel from mommy and daddy and all. But you come to the university and no one is forcing you to eat, but you still eat. You still need money to buy pamphlets. Your lecturers go like, if you don't buy this, you're not passing my course. You're paying departmental dues, today that, tomorrow that. Like, how did you cope with it, all of that?
So for the finances aspect, it actually starts from SHS, how you manage it. For my SHS, they didn't really sell a lot of things over there that you'll be so encouraged to be buying food. They don't sell food over there. Maybe just pastries and then a few necessities, maybe tea rolls, toothpaste, a brush, those things. So from your finances, you learn to manage it from the senior high level. I wasn't really buying a lot because there was nothing to buy actually.
Okay.
I brought all I needed, the essential stuffs, and then those that I needed to buy, I bought. So saving in the SHS wasn't really difficult. When I came to the university, I realized that it was very different. There are lots of things that I had to buy, not because I really wanted to buy it, but it was a must. Like books, pamphlets. Sometimes even the prepaid that we use in the hostels, we are supposed to buy it ourselves.
Okay, so it's a room per a meter.
Yeah, a room per meter, and then your roommate and you contribute, and then you pay. So you
So
can
how
buy
much was
any
that?
amount. Like
So your room, for example, how much do you buy and how long does it last?
we buy, the four of us, we contribute like 20 cedis each.
Okay.
When we come, and then we buy 80 cedis, and then usually at first it used to last us for about a month.
Okay.
So we had more gadgets coming in the room. So how much it lasts you depends on the gadgets you have in the room.
Okay.
So now currently we have 2 fridges in the room, which has increased the light bill. So now barely 2 weeks, and then the 80 cedis prepaid we bought
It's done.
will be done. So if it gets up to 2 weeks, then you are really lucky.
Okay.
If not, maybe they were asleep and they didn't see it. If not, like about a week and 3 days or 4 days, your light is gone and you have to buy another. So that took a lot of money. Because you have to budget
Every 2
down
weeks,
one.
you are paying 20 cedis.
Yeah. And
Can
for
imagine.
food too, things are expensive now. So if you are going to the market, if you assume things are like before, if you go, you come back and your money is finished. So you have to really budget well and get food stuff for the week. Otherwise, you'll be buying a lot of food. The temptation is serious. Like you'll be passing everywhere and everyone has cooked jollof rice, banku, every single food is around. And everyone is buying, like
Everyone is just buying.
everyone is just buying. So if you don't take care, you actually spend all your money
On food.
eating. And you not realize after 2 weeks you cannot even find a single penny in your pocket because you've used all for food. So I think it's actually better if you cook, and then once in a while, maybe you're tired from lectures and then you buy some food and all that. That way you'll be able to save something at least.
Okay.
Yeah, so for the finances, you really need a lot of self-control.
Okay. Clara, what about you? How are you able to manage financially?
Okay. For the finances aspect, like it's not really taking a toll on me now because I'm not on campus. Like I go from home, but like going to campus, you have to board a car in and out, and sometimes my lecture starts in the morning, and I have to wait to attend another lecture in the evening. So mostly I go to my friend's hostel.
Okay.
Yes, and then getting there too, you have to eat because in the morning when I'm leaving, I don't get a chance to eat. Yes, so that one alone, you'll be there sometimes, then it'll be like prepaid is finished. You have to buy prepaid and other stuff. And then I realized people come knocking at the doors, like selling stuff. So sometimes you get tempted to buy some stuff, like some things from them.
Clothes and all that.
And then it's like you budget your money before, like you budget your money for the month. So these things come unexpected. Okay, so my friend like this, okay, she was there, and then one time I went there, she was like, her money is finished, and she can't ask her dad because they give her the money monthly.
Oh, okay.
So I asked her what happened, and she was like, she was just there, and then someone came, like she doesn't really, when they come, she doesn't really buy. So someone came that she was selling dresses, and she said, oh, she's not interested. But the woman just moved one dress, and then it was very nice. At the end, she bought 3, and then the woman was even adding a 4th one. She was like, she's around, so she'll take her number anytime she's ready to pay for that money, so that she'll pay. Like all these things, I think
they do take
they
your
stress.
money. Yeah, I think like you said, self-control is the key thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so spiritually, as Christians, we are supposed to like build ourselves daily. But uni is on a different level. The social life, there's a whole different thing. Whole weeks, parties here and there. You are stepping out after 12. I don't know the time you come back. How are you able to balance your spiritual life and your social life in school?
Okay. So for my spiritual life, when I went first year, from the beginning, I realized that I was almost slacking down
Okay.
because I would be like, my devotion is I'll do my devotion before going to class. I have class at 7:30 in the morning. So sometimes I'll wake up and it's already 6:30. Before I would finish bathing and dressing and then get everything ready, it is almost the 7:30 and I need to get to class.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, when I come back, I'll do my devotion. Then I go. I come back and I'm so tired. I cook something and eat. I'm like, oh, let me rest small. When I wake up, I'll do it. I wake up, oh, it's almost 5. Okay, let me go to campus and study a bit and come back. I come back, I'm tired again. Find something to eat.
Yeah.
Maybe my roommate and I will plan a movie day. Like we usually do that.
That's nice.
We get
popcorn.
a movie and then we watch it together. After that, you see all of us will go and bath and then we start chatting. And then I realized it to be 12 a.m. and we are now coming to sleep.
So you can go for like a week without having your devotion,
So,
nothing.
not like a week, about 3 days. And I'm like, hey. So I said I'll do my devotion like 3 days ago. I've not done it.
You've not done it.
So I start from beginning and try and finish up. So I realized that when I start, I'm in a hurry to get to the day that I am in because like those days have passed. And I was like, no, this isn't helping. So I started doing my devotion at 12 a.m.
Okay. So you sleep and wake up, or you stay awake till 12?
I stay awake. Usually in the university, we actually don't sleep early at all. That's one thing I found out. Because when it's like 10 p.m., it's like now that the hostel is alive, like now that it's like 6 p.m. over there.
Yeah.
So when it's like 12, you think like it's like 8. So I wake up, I sleep around 12. So when I do my devotion, I pray. Sometimes we have a prayer session in my room at 12
So we're
a.m.
all Christians?
Yes.
Okay.
So at 12 a.m. we all pray. So I finish my devotion, then we start our prayer. So after the prayer, then we all go to bed. So I realized that one was helping me because after doing that devotion, I'm set for the day. And then we get to pray into the day as well. It was also helping. And for coming to church, I didn't really have a problem with it because Sundays, if I have an eye or something, I'm able to come back from church and still do it. I wasn't missing out on anything when I come to church or anything. I also joined the choir, so rehearsals, I had to balance rehearsals with going to class. Sometimes after class, we have rehearsals. Yes. So sometimes I'm just too tired to lift my leg to come to rehearsals. So I'm just like, God, please, I beg today, dear. I have to go and sleep small. And as rehearsal, I'll not even sing well. 90. Yeah, so it's not easy, but I think if you try hard, you can balance it.
Okay, yeah. Clara.
Okay, for me, I'd say before entering senior high school, I was just going to church. Like I was going to church because everyone
for going
goes
sake,
to
everybody is going.
Yes.
You're following the crowd.
Yes.
Okay.
But when I was going to senior high school, I prayed to God to protect me, and then He should bring the right people into my life.
Okay.
So my school mother was a GAMSU executive, and she was also a president for Vogues, a singing group on campus. So she's that spiritual type. So she started nurturing me, and then sometimes she would ask you, have you had your quiet time? If you say no, she would pull your nose. Yes, that was the punishment. So she really helped me. Like I realized a lot of things. Okay, when she left, I was still in it because I was still in the group. We had prayers and other stuff. Okay, Form 3-2 wasn't easy, but I was managing because now we were the executives and then the freshers were looking up to us. So I was managing, but entering into university, I think now, like I don't really have that relationship with God like first. Like you just like I realized I wasn't reading my Bible that much, so I decided to download the app on my phone so that I'll be notified. Like I said, the time 8 a.m. But it turns out that mostly when the alarm rings, I'm in class, so I'll just like press it, like let it go off. Yes, so like recently I prayed to God that He should help me straighten my path so that I'll have time for Him. Because sometimes, even on Sundays, sometimes I realize I have many assignments to complete, and if you don't complete the assignments, they would go like you lose marks. So sometimes Sundays when I'm there, I usually come for second service. So I'll be like, let me start and complete my assignments after I'll come to church. But after like finishing the assignment, I realize and the time is far gone. I can't
Yeah.
be able to.
I can understand. But in all of this, do you also think technology plays a role? So personally, in SS, I had a diary every morning. I made sure I did my devotion, and I think I still have it. But I come to uni, and then I just wake up. The first thing is to take my phone. I want to see what's happening. Maybe class has been cancelled. There's something going on somewhere. You just want to check Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and all of that. Do you think it all plays a role in all of this in the university? Because you're exposed to so much.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
I think it actually plays a very big role on that. Sometimes, as I mentioned, my roommates and I, we can pray at 12. So sometimes maybe you are all waiting for the 12. We are all watching TikTok, a movie or something. So you are just scrolling through TikTok and then you realize that it is 12. It is time to pray and you're like, oh, okay, last 3 videos. Just last 3 videos. And you scroll and then you realize that, hey, it's 12:30. Okay, last one. As you go, like, technology, like, plays a very big role in that. So we try as much as possible. I make sure that if I'm late crying, it shouldn't be more than 12:30. Like,
okay.
So if I whatever I do, when it gets to 12:30,
you stop and pray.
I have to stop. So it's actually helping me. And my roommate too, she was also having that problem. So she had an app on her phone that she can, like, they just close the TikTok as soon as it is time. So she can't say that, oh, 2 more videos, or like, it just closes when it is time. So she has no choice.
So did you download the app?
I don't have it on mine. I couldn't download it. So when she starts, she gets that notification. You see, she has to stop. So she won't let us continue. So it was actually helping all of us.
Okay.
And then you wake up early in the morning. You have to pray first. So sometimes when you are late for class, that aspect becomes very difficult because you wake up. Maybe you're supposed to wake up. The alarm went like 6:20. Class is at 7:30. And then you wake up and it's 6:45. You haven't bathed, nothing. Like, the first thing you have to do is run to the shower, look for something to, like, it's so swift that you don't even realize that, hey, today have I even prayed? Yes, then, so when we started praying at 12, I realized that it helped me pray more in the morning when I wake up. So when I wake up, I'm like, even if it's just like 2 seconds of saying, God, thank you for today. As I'm going to class, please protect me and guide me. Amen. As I'm going to the bathroom, I'm saying it along so that I don't like say, no, I don't have time to pray or anything because it's very, very important. I realize that the day that I don't pray before I go to class, that day, something always happens in class. You see that the lecturer is so upset. So he just gives impromptu quizzes just like that and then we all bomb or something.
I guess your prayers are very effective.
So I just realized that, God is telling me that if you don't pray, I'm watching you. So I started actually praying a lot in the morning. So it's been a whole lot of experiences.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clara, what do you want to say about technology affecting your spiritual life?
Yeah, it's a bit distracting because sometimes, like the Bible, like my Bible is on. So sometimes I would be on WhatsApp or some chatting with my friends, then the alarm come in. So sometimes I press on it and then I go and have my quiet time, but I don't get that full concentration because I'm in a hurry to go back to what I was doing before. Yes, it's really distracting, but you have to cope. You have to learn how to. So yes, and the alarm, I've set it in such a way that it rings every 5 minutes for subsequent 30 minutes, so that yes, I won't be that distracted. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. I guess we all go through same, but by the grace of God, we are able to sail through. So the next set of questions, we'll be talking about time management. But before that, we'd like to take a short commercial break. Lovely viewers, I hope you're enjoying the session. Please send in your comments and views and questions, and we'll love to answer and get back to you. Thank you.
With the growing challenges of life in light of both global and domestic development, the Christian is faced with the difficult task of balancing survival within a secular system and at the same time living a Christian life that pleases their Maker. It is for this reason that we need to have frank conversations on the many issues of life through the Christian lens. So, we bring to you Let's Talk About. On Let's Talk About, we talk about health, career, dating, marriage, family, divorce, politics, finance, and all the issues of life that the Christian is confronted with on a daily basis. Join us this and every Wednesday on the YouTube and Facebook pages of Trinity United Church Legon, and let's talk about life as Christians. With the growing challenges of life in light of both global and domestic development, the Christian is faced with the difficult task of balancing survival within a secular system and at the same time living a Christian life that pleases their Maker. It is for this reason that we need to have frank conversations on the many issues of life through the Christian lens. So, we bring to you Let's Talk About. On Let's Talk About, we talk about health, career, dating, marriage, family, divorce, politics, finance, and all the issues of life that the Christian is confronted with on a daily basis. Join us this and every Wednesday on the YouTube and Facebook pages of Trinity United Church Legon, and let's talk about life as Christians.
Welcome back, lovely viewers. Today we have some freshers from our various universities. Today is a freshers forum. We've had a fruitful discussion and would like to take your comments and questions. So now we are going to have a few discussions on time management and challenges they are facing as freshers in the university. So I want to find out, how are you able to manage your time? Because in SS, I think everything is just laid down for you. So you wake up at a certain time, you do is it chore? I think there's a name. You do your house chore or something. You take your shower, you move to class, you have breakfast, class again, lunch, you close, siesta, you take your shower, you come for prep, then you close, and then light out. So like that's your daily routine for about 3 years. But now you come to the university, hey, no one is telling you to sleep. What I do, I remember I binge watched a movie like a whole weekend. I couldn't even sleep. I was just there watching the movie like throughout. And later I realized that, I've wasted my time. I could have actually studied or done something fruitful. So how are you able to manage the time you have?
So for the time we have, I'm someone who enjoys making a schedule. Because, I don't know, I started watching a lot of movies from a young age, and then I would see these white people, they'll be making schedules, and they were actually very nice when they follow them. So I started it, I think, from the JHS level. So from now, my sister actually copies what I do, because she's always making a schedule. And I'm always fighting with her for it, because she will tell you you are interrupting her schedule if you send her. It wasn't part of the schedule. I think it has actually helped me, because in SHS, I knew that after this comes this, after this comes this. So when I'm making a schedule, I know what is coming next and what is coming next and what is coming next. And it follows suit. But when I go to the university, I'll make the schedule all right. Sometimes on my phone, sometimes in my head. I have what I've planned for the day. And then I realize that something else will come in. Something else will come in. Every single time, something else comes inside the schedule. So you can't really follow it religiously like you want to in the university, because a lot of things can come up. But if you do your best, you can. So for the university, for my time, I go to class in the morning around 7:30 a.m. and come back. If it's morning class, I come back at 12:30. If it is afternoon class, I go at 12:30 and come back at 5. So for that, in the morning, I have to that means I have to sleep early. So after prayers, 12:30, 1, I have to be asleep, so that by 6 I can wake up and then go to class. And then when I come back, I get to cook something. If I buy food, then meaning that the cooking is off, which takes me a lot of time. I just come and eat, rest, and then usually I go to the study room or the library to go and study. with my study partners or myself. So when I come back, then the rest of the time, I target free time. So I can do whatever I want. I either watch a movie, scroll on TikTok, or sometimes chat with my friends.
Yeah.
So I realized it was actually helping me if I put in free time. So that if I'm tempted to use one of the periods for free time, I know that no, it's not time. There's actually time for me to be free and do whatever I want to do. So I think it helps if you put free times in between your schedules so that at least you get to enjoy yourself and everything. So sometimes people think that, oh, if you do a schedule, you don't get to enjoy the university, the programs and all those things. But I'm not really the outing type, but when there are programs that I'm really interested in, I make sure they are fixed inside the schedule. If whether there are 2 or 3 or 4 programs, I have to manage and fix them all inside.
And you attend all.
Yes, I have to attend all. So I think the schedule actually helped me with my time management a lot.
Clara, do you also have a schedule, or you just get up and whatever comes your way, you just do?
I know that every day I have lectures at this time, and then between this period and this period I'm free. So okay, when I started attending the university, actually I usually spend the free periods at my friend's hostel, but going on I saw that like things are becoming packed on me, like assignments, there's an upcoming IE exams and all. So I cut that one and I started going to the library. So like on Wednesdays like this, I have class in the morning, and then between it ends at 9:30, and then between 9:30 to 7:30 I have no to 6:30 I don't have a class. So I usually go to there, and we're having a 24-hour reading room. Okay, and then that place is comfortable. I can charge my phone when it goes slow and stuff. So I actually made it a habit to be visiting that place often, and it helped because I'm not on campus right now, and then coming from home, there are lots of distractions. Can be there, then my mother will call me to do this, do that, my little siblings. So yes, and then so the days I don't have lectures, I find it like I make it possible to go to campus so that I can learn, because if I stay home, I'll be distracted.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, so to our lovely viewers, unfortunately, today we have students from Legon and UPSA, both government schools. So if you're out there, with any private school, we'd like to hear your views on what we are discussing so far. Thank you. So I also want to find out, how do you manage your load of work, like school work? I think the maximum number of courses I had was like, it wasn't 9 or 10 in a semester. So you're just going to class back to back, Monday to Friday. I don't know what it's like for you, but how are you able to manage? Is there a lot of work? Is it something small? It's okay, you're just comfortable with it?
I think for my school, they've really made provision for us to have that kind of comfortable zone where we can do group works and project works in those discussions. So for the library, we have a discussing room where it's so huge, so you can actually have a lot of people being there discussing group works and projects and all that. So for that, it's so convenient for us. From Monday to Wednesday, I have class.
Okay.
But from Thursday to the next Monday, to let's say Sunday, there's no class fixed in. It's either they are online or no class. Those periods, we are supposed to use them for project works and assignments. So from Monday to Wednesday, we'll be loaded with assignments. They'll be usually due on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday.
Okay.
So for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have to do those assignments. And you have like 2 lectures a day.
Okay.
So each of them will give
2
you
lectures
assignments
a day. Like how long is the class? Is it a 2-hour class?
Yeah, 2 hours each. And we have online 1 hour when we come back to the hostel.
Okay.
Yes, so it's actually 3 credit hours. Most of the lectures, they want to forgo the 1 hour online. So they actually give assignments and projects for those 1 hour, and they'll tell you to submit it the next time they meet, which will be Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday.
Okay.
So for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have project works, assignments, IAs, quizzes, flowing in and out. And sometimes they don't even inform us that we will be having any quiz or anything. They just bring it impromptu. So if you are not online, like most of the time, you would miss a quiz or two.
Or something.
So you have to be alert for these quizzes and all those things. Sometimes I'll be in church and then I get a notification that you have a quiz in an hour. And
But
I'm
who
like,
does that?
I'm like, so after church, I have to rush back to the hostel, like get everything ready for the quiz. Otherwise, I would miss it.
Is it? Oh, okay.
So for the workload, I think because of the Thursday, Friday, Saturday period they've given us, we're actually able to manage it to be able to do our project works and all those things. If not, we would have to squeeze into our lecture times. After our lectures, we have to meet and do all those discussions and all that, and it would have been so hectic for us. So I think they've actually done a good job in giving us those assignments and allocations.
So Clara, how are you able to manage your school load, course load?
Okay, so for this semester, I'd say it's very flexible because anytime the lecture, because we are freshers, they inform us that they are posting this assignment on Sakai, and then there is a duration. So what I do is that anytime I get like an information that there's an assignment, I'll just manage to complete it that same day. You don't know what might happen, you forget. Yes, but it seems most people don't really care because there is a time frame. Maybe they'll give us the assignment on Monday and it's due on Sunday. Someone will be like, oh, I have a lot of time, but you don't know what might happen.
Okay.
So mostly it's like most people are not able to complete their assignments on time, and after they would send the lecture an email that this and that, so I couldn't do. But I'm not facing such problems now because I really try my possible best to complete the assignments, and people are actually stressing themselves because for my course it's actually not difficult for now. Okay, and they are trying their best to make us understand. For the Chinese like this, like our lecturer tries her best to make us understand, and then she's not assessing us, like she didn't assess us for midterm, but it's like we had a continuous assessment, so every week we'll have an assignment on what we learned, and then it's like some people are not interested in the course, so their mind is I'll drop it after level 100. So they are not really focusing on it. Like some people are there, they don't know where we are, don't know what we're actually doing, and I think it won't help. But for me, my workload is flexible for now.
Okay, sure. So we have a comment from Mayfair. She's a private student. It was difficult to adjust to the environment as an international student. Managing the team members during group works wasn't fun. Being motivated while being off campus wasn't easy. I'm sure you can also relate to that group work. You always have the lazy ones, the serious ones, those who bring money and say, oh, you use the money to buy food or use to print the work or something. I'm sure you've had experiences like that, oh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That must be nice. A wonderful experience. So far, like, what challenges have you faced, if you can just tell us? But before that, our papa of the house has commented, interesting campus experience. Thanks for sharing. Sorry. So thanks for sharing and for good moderating of the discussions. Any rush from the young men? Any guys chasing them on campus? Okay. So Papa has thrown a question. So he wants to find out, any guy, maybe level 100, when came, some guy who was spying you. It may not be a young guy, maybe some lecturers. Some lecturers too are cute, like the young men. So you may want to share your experience.
So, I would say the social life aspect.
Okay.
Actually, in the university, before we came, we were told a lot of these things. That when you come, make a lot of friends, male friends. Like
They told you make a lot of male friends.
yes,
Okay.
Like it's good to have a lot of circle around you. because they are the ones that you one day end up with. That is what I kept hearing. So when I came, I actually went with the flow.
Okay.
That is to say, I went to lectures as a new fresher, and then I actually tried to mingle around. I made a lot of friends, male friends, female friends, all throughout. So my course mates, I know literally almost every guy in the class. From campus, programs, church, everywhere I go, like.
So like your friends are more of males than females?
Yes. Okay. So I have a lot of male friends. So most definitely some will ask you out.
Oh, fine girl. Tell us more. And please don't lie. The Lent we just ended. Easter just ended last week. So I beg, tell us the truth.
Yes, please. So most definitely proposals will come.
So far can you count or you've lost count?
Oh, so far I've lost count actually.
Ish. Hello, fine girl.
No, so far I've lost count because if you have a lot of male friends, they get to see how you are. They get to have an opinion of who you actually are, your personality and every single thing. So those who want to take a step further will make their intentions known, that this is what I have in mind. So if they are trying to get close or anything, you know in your mind and in your heart that okay, you are not going in for this person. So I just try not to lead them on if I don't really have that mind set with that person.
So did you like bounce all of them, or like you accepted a few, or let's give it a try?
Oh, most of them I told them that I'm just starting out, so I would like to like get to know a lot of people.
So most of them, so it means the rest of the sum.
There were categories.
You gave them a chance.
Yes, there were categories that I actually took time to study because they actually also. I would also have a person in mind that I would.
So as they were looking at you, you were also looking elsewhere. Is that what you're saying?
Something like that. You can't always look at everybody, so there will be one person that you would have to choose from. So for most of them, I actually don't want to lead them on. So, and I don't want to be rude or anything. So I try my best to nicely tell them that, oh, let's see what God will do. Let's be friends. Like, you never know. So I try my possible best to tell them that for now, my mind isn't there.
But they're still your friends. It's not like
all
after
of them
bouncing them, they left or anything.
Yes, all of them are still my friends. So for the...
I'm sure they are watching today's Let's Talk About.
They are watching today's Let's Talk About. Very, very, very good friends now.
Okay.
Yes. So I think it wasn't difficult to manage these things at all because of the advice I was given before going to the tertiary.
Okay. So Clara, Legon hottest chick, please tell us.
Okay, so...
Can you please speak up?
Okay. I don't usually stay in class after lectures, but like one time I was coming from tutorials and then a certain guy like he stopped me. Was like, "What's
was
my
he driving
name?"
or he was also walking?
No, he was in the tutorial class with me.
Okay.
Okay. So it was like he has seen how focused I am and everything. So he gave me like his phone was off or so he gave me his number.
And you called back?
No, I didn't. I texted him on
okay.
WhatsApp. Yeah. Been texting.
You've been texting, so it's something that is still happening.
Yeah, but I'm not I'm not interested in having any relationship. No. Yes. Then one time I went to the library and then I was sitting by this guy. So I really kept long that day. Like I went in the morning. I was supposed to have a lecture but it was cancelled. So I went there around 8 and I was having an IS. I was studying for it and I left at 3. And so when I closed my book and then the guy also closed his book.
Meaning he was timing you. Like.
So when we got outside, and he was like, he was the one sitting by me. he took my number. Then we were going. So he asked me the area I was going to write, and then
Okay.
like he also offers the same course. That's
Course.
my introduction to education. Okay, so later he texted me. I was there just yesterday, and he was like he wants a little help from me. So I asked him what, and he was like, since the day he saw me, he's not able to focus on his studies. So
Clara.
he was asking me like what to do in order to focus, but like it didn't make
But
sense
I guess
to me.
you are the cause. You are the reason he's not able to focus.
No, it didn't make sense to me because like he just like he met me not more than a month ago, and he was telling me that to me. I told him I had no like solution.
You had no solution. Oh, Clara, you didn't try.
So,
Maybe it was a way of him asking you out,
no,
Maybe that was the only solution.
So, but I told him like I didn't know.
Okay. So we also have a comment from George, our youth president. Interesting conversation. Kudos, everyone. Thank you very much, George. So I want to find out, do you have any challenges? Are you facing any challenges, like moving from SS to uni and your university life so far, and maybe what measures you've put in place to help you? Anything you are going through?
My only challenge in the university was the mode of the way our academics was from SHS to the university. So from SHS, I would say they spoon-fed us.
Okay.
Every single thing that we know, they will teach us, explain it into details and everything. And here is the case, I come to the lecture hall and then this lecturer is like, okay, so page 1 to 3, I know you all know this. So
And he just jumps.
let's move to page 4. He gets to page 4 and he reads the introduction. He's like, this is not difficult to understand, so let's move to page 72.
Hey.
And then he just
From 4 to 7.
like it was like, so we can finish
a whole book.
slides. Maybe we have 30 slides that day to cover. We can finish that 30 slides within 30 minutes. Finish another week's slides. We can finish about 4 weeks slides in the first day that we are in the class. And then the next classes, you just be like, okay, so we are done with week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Do this assignment, this project. Like, he's done teaching.
Yeah.
And I just go back, I'm reading, and I'm like, so all these things we've not been taught. I'm supposed to like read it myself. Meanwhile, in the SHS, we were really spoon-fed. There was nothing in the textbook that they would say, oh, page 1, 2, 3, go and read. And they will really spoon-feed you and everything. So
I guess that's the difference in terms of academics.
yeah, so I was like, hey, how will I survive? But with time, I adjusted. That is why I had to be going to the study room a lot. I had to have discussions a lot. So because I realized that if I have discussions, it sticks in my head more than just sitting there and reading. Because later on, if I don't read again, I'll forget. So the discussions were sticking more. So I had more group discussions and everything. So I realized that these were my challenges, and I was able to put things in place
to help
to solve it.
Okay, that's nice. Clara, any challenge?
Okay, for me, I'll say my challenge right now is not being a resident.
Okay.
Because like going from home to school is not easy, and sometimes like maybe we have to meet as a group, like group work we have to meet, and maybe I'm home and now have to take plans
But
and
home
come.
and school, is it far? Is it quite a distance?
It's not that far.
Where is home?
Ish.
Is it Star Village or it's within Legon?
Okay, so just within these premises.
Trinity.
Yes,
Okay.
opposite the stream street.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah. So I find it very difficult, and then like the classes that start like the Wednesday period, like I have to wait from 9:30 to 7:30 just because of a lecture.
Yeah.
Then it will stress me if I come home and say I'll go, but I'll feel lazy and all that. So yeah, that has been my challenge right now.
Okay. So what has also been your interesting moment on campus? Like maybe there was this whole week or this all-night party, something, like anything interesting. What has it been?
I think my interesting part of being on campus was when I first got to experience whole week.
Okay.
So for whole week, it was easier to go because it was right in under my nose. Like it was in the hostel. So all the other people who were in other hostels, they all came there. So the whole place was packed.
Packed.
A lot of programs were going on, food and everything. And it was happening late, from 11 a.m. to, I think, till you drop.
Yeah.
Like it
So
was,
mama calls.
exactly. And this one, there was no mama to call. So you can
So
stay
you call
as
yourself.
long as you want. And the only challenge is the next morning, if you have class, it will be very difficult to wake up and go to class. So for me, I usually stay up for the whole week. If my class is in the afternoon, maybe 12:30 to 5, then I know that if I stay up, I can wake up like 8 and I'll still be on point. So for my most interesting experience, it was with the whole week. They had a lot of experiences. We played games, and they were all like new things that I was learning from the university because I had now gone there fresh. Yeah, so I think the whole week experience was one of my best in school.
So we have a question from Senior KD, but I'd like Clara to share with us a interesting moment on campus.
Okay, so since I'm not a resident, I mostly miss the programs on
But you can
campus.
still go. You tell mommy something.
Oh, not that,
Maybe
but
some
sometimes I
extended
have
class.
something to do, and then like
So
I
you've
don't.
not really had any fun.
Yeah, okay. I'll say the most interesting week was my first week, like in the Chinese class, because like most of us didn't know anything about it, and like some of us were lucky to get a level 4 and like an outgoing student to help us with the basics. Okay, some people were actually lost. So when the lecturer says something, you have like some comments coming from other people. Like,
Okay, so the question is, does the stress affect everyone or it depends on the program you are reading? I hope you get the question. Yeah.
Well, I would say personally that the stress affects everyone. Because no matter what program you are reading, the assignments won't stop coming. The quizzes will come. Projects will come. And they don't come in singles. They come flooded. So even if they are not difficult, they are many.
Yeah.
So the stress, it doesn't come with a course at all because everybody is getting the same equal amount of assignments, quizzes, and the stress that you're getting. The class, we are all going to the class 7:30 to 12, 12:30 to 5. So all of us, like, it doesn't go with the course at all. Every single course has their own wahala inside.
Clara, do you have anything to add to that?
okay, so I feel like all the courses are stressful, but you decide to be stressed or not. You can decide, like, we are offering law. You can decide to be stressed and you can decide not to be. You have slides to read and other stuff. Maybe you'll be like, I'm the last minute type, so I'll wait till the day before exam before I'll read. And that one, I think that one is stressful than going according
But I know to
to
some people that is not stressful at all.
Okay, yeah, it
They're
depends.
able to read last minute and we will all get the same marks.
Yeah, it depends on how it starts.
Okay, that's fine. So how different is your social life more than before? SS, you've cut your hair, I'm sure you have pimples, you become a bit lanky, you come home, you're just looking so basa, you want to braid your hair, but maybe what's on your head is not enough to do the rasta and all of that. So you're likely not to socialize. But once you get to the uni, yeah, I've arrived, the big girl has come. So what's the difference? Like, what was it then and what is it now?
So for my social life, I went to a girls' school.
Okay.
So my social life was basically surrounded with girls. Like, it got to some point, I was so tired of seeing girls.
Wow.
I've seen girls everywhere I pass, girls. So for my classmates, I realized that it affected them because when they go home, it's as if you see a guy, it's as if you've seen a different creation from somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, you are so used to seeing girls. Yeah. So it was one disadvantage. But I realized that I was going for classes during vacation. Those ones were also helping me to interact more. So my social life wasn't It wasn't as good as it is now, but it wasn't so bad when I come on vacation. But when I'm in school, my social life revolved around just girls, my classmates, my dorm mates. That was it. But now I have a lot of male friends, a lot of female friends as well, whom like we have a lot of experiences we have gone through together since we entered the university. So it has really improved my social life. I think it will help with my future connections too, because yeah, I used to think about that a lot as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the programs you also go to now. When I was in the SHS programs, like I wasn't really going for any of these things. But now I go for programs, I meet a lot of people. I went for a job fair. I met people that were willing to hire interns and all that. They took our contacts. Like, I got to know a lot of things. So I think my social life now has improved so much since I got to the tertiary level.
Okay. So Clara, what would you say? Agri and then Legon. What's your social life like?
Okay, so I'm the type that, like, I don't like making new friends. Like, I like to relate to the people I'm used to. So back in senior high school, like, I used to say hi to a lot of people, but I really didn't have many friends. And it was mid school, and then the male friends I was having was those that I met in Form 1, and a few I came in contact with. But in the university, I think it has changed, because now I get to meet new people, and then like I'm mostly with my best friend, so she also introduces me to other people and stuff, and I'm able to like first I didn't like to talk to people, like go and talk to this person, say hi, but I think like since I got to school, I've been able to make some friends, like be the first to approach the person. Yes, and for the outings and stuff, I don't really like going out.
Okay.
And then when I was in senior high school, I thought, like, if I asked my mom that I'm going to this place, she wouldn't allow me. So when I got to Form 3, there was this program, Rebirth, and then people were buying tickets. So me, I was like, I never asked my mother, like, I want to go out. So I was like, okay, let me call her and inform her. So when I called her, she was like, okay. So I bought the tickets and I went. So after that, I realized like she would allow me go out and other stuff. So now I'm going out with my friends, like, at times.
That's nice. Adjoa Echa is thanking you for sharing your experiences. She's most grateful. So to wrap it up, we want to find out, as big sisters, what advice do you have for the younger ones in SHS? Like, what would you like to tell them? They preparing to come to the tertiary institution. What advice do you have for them?
I would like to tell them that when they come, there are lots of changes in the university.
Okay.
I think the finances aspect, they would really have to work on their self-control, because in the university, as Clara said, they can come and knock on your door like 50 times a day. Every single minute, somebody is selling something.
Yeah.
Dresses, shoes, clothes. I'm selling anklets, chains. Somebody wants to enter the room by force and show her products. Skincare, I'm selling Herbalife and all those things. So sometimes you don't have any plan to buy. They'll just bring it and be like, oh, I just want to show you my product and go. And you realize this product, oh, you might actually need it. You didn't have any mindset to buy it.
Yeah.
You end up buying. So the self-control is key.
Very
So
key.
me now, I don't even allow them enter the room. I just look through the window. Oh, I'm selling necklaces. Oh, please.
Thank you very much.
Then they are on their way. Now they don't knock on our door as they used to in the first year. So all these things, I think the finances, the self-control will be key for the academics too. As I mentioned, in the university, you are no longer going to be spoon-fed. So if you are spoon-fed in the SHS, I think you should also try your possible best to be reading on your own.
Yeah.
Otherwise, when you come back, you'd have a lot of challenges.
Exactly.
And then for the social aspects too, I think they should try their best to socialize when they come to the university, because they will be your future connections. They would be your help when you need one. Like campus, you need a lot of help So the more your friends, trust me, your life on campus will be very easy if you have, there shouldn't be so many friends per se. Even acquaintances are allowed, but you should have those that they'll be willing to help you during those times. You would really need it in the tertiary level.
Okay.
So I think I would like to give them these 3 advice.
Okay. So Clara, what about you?
Okay, I would say, like, don't lose yourself trying to fit in the university.
Okay.
Like, if you are able to go to senior high school, you have to know who you are and what you want. Like, say senior high school like this, it was a mixed school, and then even though like our teachers and pastors and other staff were trying to keep an eye on us, people did what they wanted. Some girls would cut their checks to be like showing their ties and everything, going out of school at night and coming back. Like, if you're able to resist that, don't come and fall victim to the university, because university is a very large community, and then people do whatever they like that place. Like, most people are restricted back at home, so when they come and they get that freedom, they try doing every things they like, but don't try losing yourself to fit in. Yes. And for the academic aspect, you have to read the slides and then read beyond the slides. So mostly for me, the courses I offer, the lecturers have given us recommended textbooks for us, and we are using them. So try to read more, because if you don't read, you lose certain information that will be relevant.
Okay, thank you very much, Priscilla and Clara. Today has been a fruitful session, and we are most grateful for our discussion today. Your host has been Anna Josephine Edusa Eisen, and we will see you next week, same time. Thank you very much, and have a lovely evening. Bye.
With the growing challenges of life in light of both global and domestic development, the Christian is faced with the difficult task of balancing survival within a secular system and at the same time living a Christian life that pleases their Maker. It is for this reason that we need to have frank conversations on the many issues of life through the Christian lens. So, we bring to you Let's Talk About. On Let's Talk About, we talk about health, career, dating, marriage, family, divorce, politics, finance, and all the issues of life that the Christian is confronted with on a daily basis. Join us this and every Wednesday on the YouTube and Facebook pages of Trinity United Church Legon, and let's talk about life as Christians.